And to unpack this, I am joined by the country director, Nigeria Diaspora Forum, Chike Amadichi. Good afternoon. Glad to have you join me.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Let me start by asking what your thoughts are on the 43 members of the House of Reps asking the president to release Nnamdi Kanu.
I think this is the right step in the right direction at the moment. And you and I know that the current insecurity in the Southeast, some people are taking advantage of the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, to perpetrate the whole manner of insecurity in the Southeast. So I think the move, to seek for Mr. President to release Nnamdi Kanu is the right step in the right direction, because truth be told, the Southeast is a peaceful region, but unfortunately, the hoodlums or the hoodlums, yes, are taking advantage of this guy in the prison. So I think the plea by the senators, because I know the Southeast governors also met a few days ago, to also make such plea from the Mr. President. And I remember a few weeks ago, the rep from the Southeast caucus also made same plea. They wrote to the Mr. President. I think this is the right decision so far, and I pray that Mr. President will consider this request.
Now, following your, train of thought, if you recall, like you rightly referenced, last month in June, we had 50 lawmakers writing to the president regarding the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And also last month, we had the Association of Nigeria Diaspora Communities, penning a letter to the president, Bola Tinubu, calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And now we have 43 lawmakers asking for same. Do you think if these calls are not, adhered to, may incite particularly people in the eastern part of Nigeria? Do you see that inciting any kind of violence?
Not really. For me, I think the president must have all-inclusive government. By so doing, listen to these leaders from this particular region, because like you said, the governors has made this plea, the House of Rep has made this plea, the senators just did that yesterday. So I think the Mr. President should please, listen to all the stakeholders from the Southeast, because the Southeast has been crying for marginalization. And I believe that part of what brought about what Nnamdi Kanu has been agitating for, the IPOB agitation has always been the marginalization in the Southeast. So I think that if Mr. President can see from this angle and release Nnamdi Kanu, perhaps that will give some sense of belonging that indeed Mr. President wants to have all-inclusive government in Nigeria.
Well, what would you say to critics who say, why are we mounting pressure on the president? After all, he's not the one who kept him in custody in the first place. What's your response to that?
Remember that there is this saying that government is continuing, and Mr. President inherited this case, and Nnamdi Kanu is in the custody by the order of the federal government of Nigeria under the President Buhari. So now a new president has taken over. He has inherited all of these issues, all of these cases in court. I think it falls under his desk now. Like the senator said, Senator Abaribe said that they have made plea to the Attorney General of the Federation, who said that he will write to the president. So in the sequence, he has to go to the president. So it's the office of, regardless of who is sitting there, it's the president that will look into the case and say, okay, I think for us to find some sort of a lasting peace in the Southeast, because to be honest with you, Southeast is a peaceful region. We don't really have any issue of insecurity. Perhaps some hoodlums are taking advantage of Nnamdi Kanu in prison to, commit all manner of crime. And hence I'm saying that let's take this direction, release him, and see how peace returns in the Southeast.
All right, thank you so much for your insight on this. Country Director, Nigeria Diaspora Forum, Honorable Chike Amadichi. Many thanks once again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you. Appreciate it.